Terry vs Van Dijk debate as pros choose between Chelsea and Liverpool icons. John Terry is undoubtedly one of the finest centre-backs the Premier League has ever seen, winning the division 5 times with Chelsea, making almost 500 top-flight appearances for the club. Virgil van Dijk has been a revelation for Liverpool since joining from Southampton in January 2018, as his instant impact drove the Reds on to win the Champions League and their first ever Premier League title. The presence and stature that the two centre-halves possess has been likened, but although Terry's legacy is clearly elongated and richer with success, the impact from Van Dijk has posed the question as to whether the Dutchman is the best defender the league has seen. Pros have given their views on the situation in recent times, and here the Daily Star Sport takes a look at which one is favoured. Wayne Rooney played directly against Terry many times for Manchester United, but also shared the training ground with him on international duty for England. Upon Terry's retirement, Rooney congratulated the defender on his Twitter page and admitted that he was his toughest ever opponent. This was extremely high praise for one of the league's great strikers, who battled against Terry for 15 years as they shared the stage in the Premier League. The pair both share the same number of Premier League titles and Champions League majors for Chelsea and United respectively. Vincent Kompany didn't only claim that Van Dijk is better than Terry, the Manchester City legend said that the Liverpool defender is the Premier League's best ever defender. When speaking to BBC Sport, Kompany said, "The reason is because Liverpool were a great team before Van Dijk, but they were always vulnerable. It's very difficult to have a player that has such a big impact at such a big club. He brought back old-school defending with a modern twist. What he does is simple, but so effective, and I respect that. Who is better, John Terry or Virgil van Dijk?" Comment below. Similar to Rooney, Ronaldinho also credited Terry as the best defender that he had ever faced, following a clash between Barcelona and Chelsea in the Champions League. Terry scored the winner as the two clubs met in 2005 during a 4-2 victory at Stamford Bridge, swinging the tie 5-4 on aggregate, despite Ronaldinho netting a brace on the night. When asked to select his best possible side, Ronaldinho said, "John Terry is my first choice as defender because he is their club leader and he has developed into a very sound defender." Terry was picked ahead of Milan duo Cafu and Paolo Maldini in the Brazilians' team. The former Liverpool midfielder is a massive fan of Van Dijk and has called the Dutchman the full package. Danny Murphy told TalkSport, "Van Dijk for me is the full package. There are no weaknesses in his game. I think his long-range passing was better than Rio's, but we are splitting hairs. The only thing that Van Dijk doesn't have is longevity because Rio and Terry played over a decade and won trophies in that time. That's what Van Dijk has got to do." Former Manchester City ace Sergio Aguero named Terry as one of the toughest opponents he had ever faced. Aguero joined City in 2011 and had to battle against him for many seasons as Chelsea battled them for domestic success. The Argentinian forward said, when picking his toughest defenders, "Nowadays it is difficulty to choose. The three most difficult I've faced, one's Sergio Ramos, another one would be Terry in the Premier League." Thankfully for Aguero, Ramos has now left La Liga as the former City forward now plays for FC Barcelona. Mark Lawrenson didn't only claim that Van Dijk is better than Terry, he also said he outperforms Rio Ferdinand and Tony Adams also. Following Liverpool's 3-0 win against Norwich on the opening day of the season, Lawrenson told LFC TV, "Anybody could have played with John Terry, but he was unbelievable because he just organized everything, all the time. Rio was like that, Tony Adams. Our fella Van Dijk is better than all of those three. I mean, it is a close one probably with Rio, but he's better than all of those. He can do all that in his sleep almost. Despite his connection with Liverpool, Jamie Carragher hailed Terry as the best centre-back of the Premier League. When speaking on TalkSport in 2020, Carragher said, "For me he was the best centre-back of the Premier League era. He was my type of player. He was basically a better version